All right guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to put out another trading video because it's been a very busy week in the markets this week. Lots and lots of setups playing out, and typically we see kind of the Tuesday. Monday's really the day where the market's resetting. Lots of people close off their positions on the Friday, don't want to hold them over the weekend, and Monday we see not a true reflection of what price action's doing, so we see the kind of reset phase. Then Tuesday's where the nice juicy setups start to play out. We can set our sights, set our targets, get our setups on our watch list. Wednesdays, we're either in the trade or, it's playing out. And Thursday is kind of a summary day of what happened, and then looking at setups for the next week, because Friday, obviously most people close off their orders for the Friday. So Tuesday to Wednesday is why we run the live trading rooms Tuesday to Thursday, because it's most of the, you get to see the whole process and there's lots of opportunities. This week, there's been lots. And for those of you who didn't watch the last video, the pound dollar, we rolled over on we not only had the double top entry, the first test did become invalidated. We didn't get stopped out, and there was also an ascending channel set up on that pair as well. So you might have caught that, you may not have caught that, but that's something to look at. So if I just share with you the screen here, you can see on the pound dollar, we had that nice rollover there on yesterday as we had some news come out. We was also in a euro dollar setup short, which we took in the live rooms, which ended up rolling over as well. There was also a pound yen breakout setup that started playing out in our favor. We're still in that one. Pound Aussie, there was also in fact, Pound Aussie's ones that I'm going to share with you. The two juicy setups that I want to share with you today is one on the Aussie CAD and one on the Pound Aussie, okay? And the first one I'll share with you is the Aussie CAD. So first and foremost, this is the daily time frame up the top here. And if you just bring on your horizontal line tool and you just go back to this major structure support level where we had these tweezer bottoms, right? We've got equal lows down here. And although they don't look like conventional tweezer bottoms, they are tweezer bottoms. They've got equal lows, and that carries some significance. And what you'll also notice is that 9250, which is a psychological number in this market. 9250 is a psychological level. We see that respected time and time again, and if you go back historically, you're going to see that level respected. Now, we're approaching that zone, and although that's a little way off yet, I wanted to share something that could play out next week so that we're ahead of time and you guys can follow along. You guys know that I don't like the hindsight trades. I like to give you the stuff that's on the radar and in real time, so there's none of this kind of me showing only my winning trades. But we got, so far we've got major structure support looking left. We've got a psychological even handle number, or a 50 level. So the next thing we can do is start to bring on some tools. So let's just go with our ABCD. Let's clone an equal measured move here from the most recent high to low and then the pullback. And you're going to see that lines up nicely with that level, bang on actually. All right, on top of that, we could also bring on a fib extension tool. So let's get the fib based extension and go from high to low and back up. And you're going to see that we've got that 1618 extension lining up perfectly down in that zone as well. So there's a lot of confluence there. And finally, if we just take the big high, if we just go from this high to this low and then clone this move, let's just clone that move there and go from this high to this low, you're going to see some more confluence there at that zone. So for those of you who are interested in structure-based setups, meaning that you're looking for a decent high probability buy signal down here at previous structure, this would be the level that would be worth having those patience for and waiting for that level to be tested before we see that, a potential entry there. And then we can come back to that. And if we push down to that level, then we can start looking at, better levels, better entry techniques, double tops, 3-bar reversals, things like that. Okay, so that's that one, right? And that's something we can come back to later next week. The next thing I want to look at is the Pound Aussie. So we'll go over to the Pound Aussie next. And this is a trade that we took as a demonstration in our live room this morning, but this is a real juicy setup as well. You can see that we've had about a week of bullish market. We had Monday, we had Tuesday, Wednesday, and now this is Thursday, and we've had some strong bullish momentum this week. Now, if you're a ratio pattern trader, right, you're probably looking at some patterns in here. You might know Gartley patterns. You're going to see that there's a Gartley setup right at that zone. So that's one thing, but I'm not going to be talking about that. You might just have that in the back of your mind for confluence, but that's going to be a Gartley setup up there. The thing that we're really looking at is this zone looking left. We've got this high zone here. And what I'm really interested in is if you look on the 4-hour time frame, which is just above my head here, you can see that we're starting to put in an ascending channel. You can see this ascending channel here. And because my tools are synchronized, you'll be able to see this on the hourly as well very clearly. And if we just widen this up a little bit, you're going to see that we've got this ascending channel on the hourly time frame. Now, what is an ascending channel? Well, an ascending channel is a real high probability short setup. And the idea is that we're running out of steam at a major level of resistance. And what typically happens is we see a rollover. So there is a great opportunity here because we've tested 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now we're at the 5th test of the resistance zone of the ascending channel. This is where we got in for the live room members this morning. But what we're looking at here is a rollover to the start of the channel. Now the targets for me just above the 50, the 81.50 level. I like to get 2 pips above that just to ensure the fill, because as we know, 50 levels are psychological numbers. We just want to make sure that we're out of the market just before we face any kind of support or hold at that level, and then it starts to drag and it becomes a very painful process to be in. So we're in now. There is, of course, a possibility that we could still put in another test of the ascending channel, because remember, we're in this pink zone here. That whole zone is the major resistance zone. So we could put in another test and we could push up and give you guys a better entry up here. And then obviously you'll get a tighter stop, better reward to risk, but you'll have less opportunities waiting for that approach. And I said time and time again, it's always about finding that sweet spot between being right more than you're wrong, having more opportunities, and then weighing up reward to risk profile. And that's why you can't just take any strategy and trade it successfully, because it has to suit who you are as a person. So that's a great example. So they're the 2 juicy trades on the radar. Not too much on the dollar yen. Another structure-based short, but that's a long way off yet. Nothing on the New Zealand dollar. So that's it. So keep your eye on that, particularly the Aussie CAD, because the pound Aussie's in play, but the Aussie CAD is one to look out for next week. And then I'll update you at some point with what's going on my social media. If you're not following me, you can follow me on there. So let me know what you think, what you're looking at for next week in the comments. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you then.